To be continued. Y'all can't leave us off on a to be continued. There are so many more things that we need to know. Did Keyshawn get away? Is Derek in the parking lot? Is BigBone a snitch? I need answers. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss P-Valley Season 2 Episode 9, Snow. Cause bitches Tina Snow, they love me cause I'm cold, and you can't take no nigga from me, I got my control. I'm on the fucking mirror, I like to look at your pussy. Hey, Megan Thee Stallion was here, y'all. Now before I get into all things Murder Night Part 2, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm gonna give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're gonna come back and discuss. We got one more episode, y'all. One more episode, and it's all over. What we supposed to do then?
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this episode. We start off this episode here with Andre's half-assed attempt to spice up his campaign last minute with some scribblers from the bank in a campaign commercial. Boy, if you don't sit down. When Haley said she was finna call somebody and she flipped that phone open, I just knew she was about to bring in the cavalry. No, she brought in some red, white, and blue strippers. Even Toy's good sneezing ass is joining in on the fun. But that don't matter. You know why? Because look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Sadie's. No, it's Pastor Woodbine on a pole where the money resides. Pastor Patrice Woodbine says, slow motion for me, I want to rock Doodle Brown. When I tell you, I must have fell the fuck out. Like, she never fails to be 6 steps ahead of everybody else. Yes, you got these people rallying them up, putting a little pink ass in their face. I'm gonna put some money in their face, and I'm also gonna perform. Like, she is freaking hilarious. I thought that it was a waste of time anyways for Corbin to go and try to bribe her to drop out of the campaign when we know, and I'm sure she knows too, she has way bigger opportunities and she has a chance to win. Like, why would I drop out? Now, we also get an update, but not really, on Ernestine this episode. We have a moment with Beulah once again tempting her to come on over, crossover, it's time to go. And we see that COVID really has a hold on her. It is still very much up in the air between us and Clifford, all the way to the last minute if Ernestine is going to pull through. Oh, but it's okay because Clifford is perfectly fine in the kitchen being consoled by Lil Murder, giving my guts all up in the kitchen. You want to hit it from the back? Bop, 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 bop. Having a good old time. And cook, I love how Lil Murder fill you up and he feed you some dinner. Yes, that's that loving. I really enjoyed Clifford this episode. I was so happy to see that unlike last season, he is not getting himself fully invested in Lil Murder. Now, we have had him say, especially these past few episodes, you know this is never going to be me, right? I'm not hidden. If you want to be with me, you need to be out. So now at this moment, it's just like, you know what? You're about to go on tour. Let's just let this be done. Let's not act like this is more than what it is. This is us playing house, but that's just what it is, playing house. And eventually we're going to separate and you're going to go your way and I'm going to go mine. We will never stroll down the street holding hands. That is just not happening. And I love how he is, I would say, protecting himself, child. He protected his heart this episode. And even, you know, later on when we get into the club and it's just like, no. Do not push up on me. Do not get too close to me. And in a lot of ways, you've always shown that you loved and cared about me very much. But that is not enough to sustain a secret ass relationship with each other. Let's leave this right here. Now, speaking of leaving this right here, we have Keyshawn prepared to finally escape from Alcatraz and get the hell away from Derek. Like, Everything is set in place and she is just ready to go and never look back, never talk to, see anybody in Chuckalisa again, especially Derek's ass. I mean, do y'all believe it yet? There is, a sense of urgency throughout the episode in a sense of, this is her last dance. This is her last moment at the Pink. This is her goodbye to not only Mercedes, also Haley and Uncle Clifford. Even finds a moment to try to make peace with Diamond. This is it. It's all or nothing because I'm never coming back. Now, was it just me or was anybody else waiting for Derek's ass to pop up and go, where you going? Like, I was so waiting for Derek, especially with the theme of snow in this episode. All the white men, Duffy, Corbin, everybody was in the Pink. You have Tina Snow. You have Big L trying to move snow through the Pink. I was like, all right, where is Derek? Derek, this is a little too trusting. Her first, big moment back at the Pink, and Derek, of all people, is not going to show his face. I was so surprised. But I mean, the battery's in her back to go. Is she gonna make it? I still do not have faith that this is gonna happen. I just feel like something is gonna go astray. We have multiple moments in the show, especially, with Mercedes, when it's somebody's last dance, last moment before they say goodbye, shit pops off and then they don't leave. Now, y'all know we cannot talk about Keyshawn without talking about Diamond, giving all of that energy in the Pink, giving all of that. Here we are, all alone in this room. It ain't my first time, baby girl, we can't pretend. Let's bump and grind. He was so ready to take Keyshawn down this episode. I love how Diamond tries to pretend like he doesn't care. Like, oh, it's just Keyshawn. Girl, get out my face. Oh, you want me to fill up that water bottle? Yes, you want to be next to me. Why you trying to act like... I'm trying to act like I don't want to be with you. Don't be trying to act like you don't want to be with me, Diamond. Keyshawn comes to, try to make amends and apologizes to Diamond in so many words and just let him know, you know what, I wasn't ready for what I needed to do then, but I'm ready now. I'm still wearing this necklace. Like, what's good? You looking real nice in this kitchen. But now you got BigBone glaring in the corner like, what you doing? She's thirsty, but I'm hungry. Like, BigBone, this episode is just not for the shit. As soon as Keyshawn arrived on the scene, she knew it was the threat. Of course, she knows their history because everybody around the Pink runs their goddamn mouth, which frustrated me so much. Every single time we have them talk about their open business out in the Pink, like nobody else is gonna find out. Like, why? Go off. Yeah, I got the passports. We got everything. Me and the kids gonna be leaving. Like, now at this point, you have a hungry BigBone. Know your business. That's supposed to be a secret that you are planning to leave and run off with your kids, and also feeling threatened by the fact that she knows that Diamond will always have feelings for Keyshawn, and that's why he couldn't look you in your eyes, girl. This is completely heightened by the end of the episode when she catches the damsel in distress that she is, Keyshawn, thinking Diamond with a kiss. And it wasn't just that, it was just, an opportunity that she was waiting on. It's like some blinders have been removed off of Keyshawn's eyes and she sees Diamond for what he always was to her, a hero. But in the end, we get that lusty, loving ass BigBone and that ring come back into play, which is what we have been waiting on, this whole connection to Montavious. Now we have her going through pictures in her phone, just looking like, look at my man. I guess she calls herself being in love or whatever the hell they've been doing. But now we not only have a scorned ass BigBone running around with the information that Keyshawn is planning to run away, but she also has a picture in her phone with a clearly asleep Diamond, because he would not let anybody get close to the ring, let alone hold it in their hand close enough to his face to take a picture of it with him in the background. What is she going to do with that picture? What is going to happen? Never trust a big butt and a smile. Now we also get into Mercedes' storyline this episode. Like, Mercedes just, I always go back and forth with how I feel about her, but she stay mad, don't she? Stay mad at the world. Once again, we are reverting back to that season 1 behavior. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I thought that she had made a lot of progress as far as Terica is concerned. But I guess I shouldn't assume that that's going to come in every single aspect of her life, because majority of this episode, she she is still being taunted by the fact that she's getting older. You know, those 7 pounds of pressure. I can't climb that pole. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And like everybody else in the club, they are giving suggestions. Maybe we can do this. Maybe you can, you know, bass for Keyshawn. Oh no, I don't do that. I'm like the tantrum of it all, snatching her poster off the wall. See if y'all can do it without me. I'm saying this. Girl, stop. Everybody gets old, like not in the sense of what, you know, Roulette had to say to her, because she's always talking trash, and I cannot wait until somebody punches her in her dick sucking lips. But baby, like if you can't do it, you just can't do it. But she is just in her mind, as far as the complex of kind of like not knowing where she is in life. The dance studio that didn't quite, or the gym that didn't quite work out. So it's just like, I'm not supposed to be here, but that doesn't give you the right to be mad at the world, mad at Clifford, mad at the Pink, storming out. Or better yet, going toe to toe with Haley in the middle of the Pink, shouting out their business like, goddamn, won't y'all just put it on a goddamn microphone? If I wasn't trying to protect you, like, both of them need to calm down. Like, it is nobody's fault that you felt the need to protect Haley in that moment, and you did pull the trigger. Nobody forced you to do that. But in the same token, Miss Haley, if she had not done that, everybody would have been dead. That man was crazy. Like, she saved you, and the both of you need to acknowledge that. But she is just really coming to terms with, what does this all mean? Like, if I'm not the main attraction, if I'm not Sadie's the premier dancer at the Pink, who the hell am I? And how am I going to find a new dream, a new identity? I tell you what, she better find it quick if we are 30 and still asking questions to Clifford like, so Keyshawn really better than me? Girl, we realized what it was last season. I thought we were over that. But what we are going to do is take a trip down to Memphis to visit Farrah. Now, child, I don't know whose bright idea it was to put that 27.5-piece ass matronly wig on Farrah, but absolutely not. They made her look so much older. It was just not working. But she walks into a whole art expo, the Mercedes experience. Those pictures that we were so worried about her taking, she's used as inspiration, as a muse in her very own art expo. And this gives Mercedes a much needed ego boost. She was feeling down on herself in the Pink, and now she is all smiles, honey. And I was just like, oh, this is so cute. Where's her money? Is she gonna be paid for her likeness being used in the show? She did not get her money before she left the real live Mercedes experience, and now she is on sale. Is she gonna get some money? It didn't sound like it. But we do have Farrah, call her out, let her see the show, and then we get to the nitty-gritty of why she really wanted her there. Not only to see these pictures, but would you still be interested in having sex with me? And surprisingly, Mercedes lets out a big fat no and says that this was just about the money, this was just about the coach proposition. I'm not interested. Say what? Really? It was not, because if it was, you would have taken that money that night instead of just walking away after your little feelings was hurt when Farrah just handed you your shoes and she didn't grab her duffel bag and do a big, storm out with you and leave coach. Like, I did not get vibes that whole, all of them gazing into each other's eyes, all of the little secret little touches. That was just not all on Farrah's part. Mercedes was having a very good time, and when she felt like Farrah didn't have her back, she left that money. So just to say no and just say, oh, it was just about the sex, I don't care, I was not buying that. So after we leave Farrah telling Mercedes that she is finally leaving coach and his weak strokes, we get into Haley. Haley's pregnant. Since when? Haley is doing that run and throw up pregnant, every single movie does. She is with child, and Whisper says, you ready for twins? Like, what? Twin baby Obama Andres? Really? Like, I was wondering how we would keep this going. Talking to Keyshawn, and even before that, she's made it very clear that she has no intentions of staying in Chucalissa after that deal goes through and the Pink is knocked over for the casino. She is planning to leave and move on to greener pastures, child. I don't know. But she is pregnant now with Andre's babies. Yet and still, I could not find a fuck to give about their relationship. Haley, throughout the episode, is of course being a cheerleader, like she always has to be for Andre. I cannot wait until you walk as a male. Chuckalisa, Andre, you gon' win. That nigga ain't winning. But right away, she begins to lie about what's going on. And, I can't drink because of this reason. I'm like, are you going to actually tell him? How is this going to go? But Andre is feeling good and ready to go back and get it in. But when he goes to get it in, guess who's sitting there in the dark? I was your lover and your secretary working every day of the week. Andre's wife is here and just looking like, yeah, Andre, you're not divorced. You're not divorced yet. You caught her, with a penis in her mouth and whatnot, but she's still here, and apparently she wants answers. Now, not only do we have tensions high in the pink for that reason, we have multiple things going on because it's the opening of the pink, and everybody is trying to get in, including both rival gangs. Maine and them already feeling like Lil Murder killed Pico. Like, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Let it go. We also have the inspector there on the prowl, being her inspector ass. Like, girl, do you want them to be on the up and up or not? Because you can't have Clifford offering you some of Big L's LMNOP Mercedes experience just so you guys can go past being open at 50% capacity. Just absolutely low down. Like, not only do we have all of that going on, but then you have Clifford all of a sudden decides to throw Toy out. I'm like, really? That fucking scene was so funny when she's like, my spit went down wrong. Like, sneeze again, help a gulp again. Like, he is just over it. Clearly, he is feeling the tension of what's going on with Ernestine. And with Toy being the cause of that, she needs to go. But, like, do y'all not understand how COVID works at this point? Like, Toy has been meddling, sniffing, sneezing, and coughing. Naja, heartburn, indigestion, all up and through the pink forever now. Like, but he puts her out. But guess who picks her up? Pimpin' ass Roulette. All of a sudden, Roulette is a pimp. You have Toy just kind of falling on hard times due to COVID. Stuff is about to get cut off. I'm not going to get any money for tonight. And she hands her a little wad of money, courtesy of Whisper saying, oh, she takes real good care of me. She can take care of you too. Like, you know what to do. Like, oh, excuse me? Y'all gonna pimp Toy out? Like, since when is she like, oh, I just cannot stand her as far as I can throw her. I do not trust her walking in there with her new threads that she got from selling the parts off to that car. Like, are you sure we're not going to see Terrence again? Are you sure? But we do get to see Duffy again. Duffy must be a glut for punishment because he keeps chasing her. Like, child, she was not interested. She only entertained you in that moment just so you could do what you need to do with that car and hand her that money. Like you said, you hadn't heard from her since. Like, I don't get why Duffy is still chasing it, but at least he got to put his finger in. Finger looking good. Like, oh yeah, whatever. Where's the beef? Like, if it's no beef, we don't care. And then on top of that, we also have Corbin coming through out of nowhere, propositioning Clifford about the pink and wanting to be dominated and whipped again for old time's sake. Where did that come from? All of a sudden, he's talking about $250K. I can save this. I just need my fix, like some, worn out addict with some slave complex waiting to get whipped and ends up bleeding with had full blown Toby ass lashes. Like, what is going on? Like, I remember very much, his situation in the first season, and he did love to be beat and dominated and all this other good stuff. But later on with the casino and him trying to proposition Clifford to take the paint down, he was banished. And now he's back just out of nowhere. I was like, really, out of everybody in Chuckaloo, you can't find nobody to whip on you but Clifford? But I was like, what exactly does this mean? Because he ends up saying in the end, hey, everybody drink up. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter who wins the election. Like, I'm here for you. I'm just here to get my fix, and whatever I have to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. $250K is nothing. Like, what? Now we're saving the people. Like, what is happening, and what does this mean for Haley? Because it very much seemed like he was trying to undercut her and what she thinks is happening with the deal, or the mayor or the up on the hill ass casino is not that anymore. Just because he's willing to drop some money and save it. Like, what does that mean? Somebody tell me what that means. And lastly, we have Lil Murder coming through with Tina Snow, aka Megan Thee Stallion, with her body yaddy yaddy all up and through the pink, which was really nice. A really nice thing to do for Clifford with how heightened he was, to have a grand reopening. And what better thing to bring traction to the club than to bring a celebrity. And then he also, performs. They're tearing down the stage. It's a good time. But then you have all this gang rivalry going on in the house. I'm like, we got all this ass on stage. stage and y'all fighting on each other. Like, I just knew something was gonna break out. I was like, they better have some more security other than Diamond with all of these niggas up in here, because y'all stay putting everything on Diamond's shoulders like he's a goddamn black op. Assassin. He is only one man and he can only do so much, you know, like say Keyshawn. But you have this huge fight breaking out in the Riri grand opening. Of course, it's not going according to plan. But most of all, goddamn Lil Murda is not at all. He is still so invested in this gang mentality. Did you see these niggas run up on me? I gotta do this, I gotta move this way. And then you have them just as eager to pounce on him because they feel like he killed, like, first of all, whoever that had acting as Pico's pregnant wife with that horrible ass acting, troll her back. We don't want her. Troll her back. Where do you find her? Put her back and send her to some classes and then tell her to come back later, because absolutely not. She didn't even have a lot of screen time and enough dialogue to be that bad. It was terrible. Terrible. Put her back. But you just have him on go, and it's just like, oh, you are still getting in your way. We even have Tina Snow trying to push up on him and see what that Lil Murda do. Like, I love how Clifford was like, yeah, break legs, bitch, get off my man. But of course we know what it is, and he has a big strong aspect for this tour to be really great, not only for him but for his career. And he is steady getting in his own way because he wants so badly to just be on some other shit. He is so mad, and I think he really needs to come to terms with telling Clifford exactly what happened, because Clifford is just feeling like, is that what happened? I was like, you can't be slipping up and saying, you know, I'm gonna catch another body, I'm gonna take another one of they niggas out. First of all, don't say that out loud in the pen because everybody's always listening. And it's just like, you know, is that what I helped you cover up? No, he has yet to say anything about Big T. And you just see that Clifford is really, really concerned. He even offers to say, hey, I think you need to take Diamond with you. You need some protection out on that road. It's just like, no, it is what it is. And I was like, are we foreshadowing something? Because I do really feel like Lil Murda just can't get out of his own way and beyond that. And I would not be surprised if we go into the next episode or the last one with something happening to him. It's just like, ugh. Even after we have really great moments like Clifford always supporting you on stage, like that's my man and I'ma stick beside him. I love you, no matter what I do. Like, you really gonna mess this up for yourself. Now we also have Big L get fired. I really wish him and Duffy would have did a better job of hiding that stash. You mean it told me Clifford just came and pushed over a box like, oh girl, like, is that drugs? Is that oxy? Like, yes. Like, y'all could have hid it a little bit better. But he is found out, and it's just like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, it was a whole like, I'm doing this for us ass mentality. Like, I'm storing it. I'm, you know, giving it passage. I'm not selling it. Like, he was really trying to justify it, and he just feels like Clifford has given up so much power to Haley, and that he is trying to save, you know, what he can, and what about this and what about that. And Clifford is just like, no, I had already told you that I was not about that drug shit, and I'm still not. I can't believe you not only jeopardized me and, you know, the people who work here, but the club in general, because you're selfishly storing these drugs in here. Like, Big L, you are not who I thought you were. Even so much so that he says, you know, hey, Haley can't do shit if she's not alive. I was like, oh shit, like, oh, Big L is really about that life. And then that's when he was just like, you know what, you need to go. Which is like, wow, no Big L at the Pang. Big L is such a huge part of the Pang. Anytime a travesty is happening, all you hear is Clifford, what the hell is Big L? Big L, Big L. Like, he's family. So I'm really curious to see where that goes. Now, in the end, even though we had so much going on here, I did enjoy two aspects of this episode. You know, once we had Lil Murda calm down, we had multiple moments in this episode of people reverting back to positions they were in season 1, you know, the Paradise Room and whatnot, and we see that very much so happening with Mercedes and Lil Murda. You even had her standing off in the crowd, just looking like, oh, that used to be me. You better go, Keyshawn. There is a sense of retirement for her, you know, in this episode. But you have that full circle moment of, you know, you're not the same rapper that I had, you know, stripped naked, who had stage fright, who I had to help, you know, with the beats, and if I can't shake my ass to it, like trying to get that song played in the paint. No, he's on stage and about to go on tour. Once again, you have so much going on for yourself. But that whole situation of him, you know, wanting to get her nose on the record, what do you think, you know, letting her listen to it, it was such a big full circle moment. And then we have that ending moment of Keyshawn finally saying bye to the Pink, and she finally gets a word in with Clifford. Like, yeah, heifer, you wasn't gonna say, like, no, I wasn't. I thought you didn't want, yeah, I did, but what's up? Give me a hug, you know, just keep your beautiful ass out of here. I never want to see your beautiful ass again. Like, I absolutely love that they had a moment, because as she said in the beginning, like, really, Haley, what does this mean? What about Clifford? What about the club? This is home to a lot of people and home to me. So this is really big for her to leave, and I'm glad that they had those goodbyes, because he is, you know, that figure for Keyshawn. We end off on it to be continued, and I just feel like Derek is to be in the parking lot when she gets ready to go. Well, you guys, that was my review for P-Valley Season 2, Episode 9, Snow. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about this episode and what you thought about my review. This is it, y'all. We got one more rodeo, and then we have to figure out where we're going next. Please drop down and tell me what you guys would like for me to review and talk about next, because I thought for like 2 seconds it was going to be rap shit, but it ain't rap shit. So let me know what you guys are checking for. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.